Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Back Porch Lounge. We are leaf cutters, and we are not professionals, but we're here to help. And today, in the Back Porch Lounge, we have a grab bag set of cigars for you. Every once in a while, we like to just bring our own and see what y'all think and see what we think. Today, I am smoking the Perdomo Lot 23 Sun-Grown.
Cool.
Churchill. I do like the Lot 23s, and I haven't had the Sun-Grown yet, so I'm looking forward to this. How about you, Andy?
Well, I'm bringing out a blast from the past, folks. And I don't know if I've done this on the show or not, but the AVO 85th. This last week was Lucas's birthday, and this is the birthday cigar, to be explained a little bit, maybe more later, but yeah, we'll leave it at that.
How about you, Grimbles?
The CAO MX2.
Very nice.
I'm wearing
Robert?
like a Power Ranger ring right now. I don't understand why, but
Well, that would be Power Rangers. That would be more like Voltron. Don't they have like the rings?
you know what? I'm a Green Lantern now. I guess I'm
Okay.
a
That's fair enough.
brown or black Lantern. Black Lantern.
Wait, let's go back even worse. You're a Planeteer.
Oh, that's not
Mm.
back worse. That's just older worse, or not even older worse. All right.
Nah, dude. The
No,
hard kid
Voltron was definitely older.
terrible.
Yeah, Voltron was older.
You're part of Captain Planet. How about you, Robert?
I will be having the Dunbarton Mi Querida.
Mi Querida.
Tasting.
How about you, Zach?
Since we're doing a grab bag, I figure I would grab from this bag
Yeah.
You son of a bee.
and have a little bit of the. This is brand Patina Eviso that I've been hearing so much about. Leprechaun Dust. Sorry, I'm just being a douche.
Just a little jealous right there. Not gonna lie.
Douchey often?
Yes, 100%.
Yes.
It's medical.
Medicinal, if you will. All right, Robert. As we light up, Robert has a question.
In the Star Wars universe, extended and
Shit.
otherwise, who's the most powerful Force user?
Ooh, that's a tough
Jar Jar
question.
Binks.
Jar Jar Binks.
Jar Jar Binks? Darth Jar Jar.
There is a theory out there that Jar Jar Binks was responsible for like the entire prequel set of movies.
I've heard this.
He's a Sith Lord and like all fucking powerful. Or I don't remember how it was impressive. Like they did the work.
You know, if
I've
you
heard
go
that.
if you go watch the recent Lego Rebuild the Galaxy series, either at least the first one, there's you get to see they do fan service. You do get Darth Jar Jar in that series. Just saying. Strongest Force user? I don't think so, but maybe in that universe.
Well, the argument that I saw related to that was the way that he like makes everything looks like an accident that turns out in his favor. Like when they're having the battle with the droids on Naboo, and it's just like every time he stumbles over, like a bomb ends up in the right place, and it's like maybe it's all just a show. He's just that good. I really don't. I like the idea of him being a redeeming character. I don't think that he counts for this question. So
I think he could,
answer,
though. I think he could. My argument is this, okay? Because of everything you just said, and then who ultimately gave the Emperor, the Chancellor, supreme power over the Galactic
Jar Jar.
Empire? Jar Jar, or the Galactic Senate. Jar Jar speaking for Padme,
Jar Jar speaking for Naboo.
Queen. Yeah,
the Queen of Naboo.
Queen of Naboo.
Nope.
That's just too twisted to be true. No, I don't like.
I think
It could be Mace Windu.
I think it's fan service, but I'm gonna go with. I'd like to think it's Mace Windu. He definitely had the
'Cause
combat
basically-
skills.
Yeah, who had Palpatine against the ropes before Anakin stepped in?
But it's not the Jedi way. Shut up, whiny ass. Cuts his head off. End of movie. Just saying. Possibility. Could have been done.
Anybody else have any theories? Because I'm going to go last.
Ryan Johnson for killing an entire movie. Like
You mean the whole
He's
series?
the director for it.
I don't think that's fair, but okay.
So, okay.
It's not.
I'm
Actually,
I'm,
to be fair, the more I watch The Last Jedi, the more I'm like, you know what, this really isn't that bad. Like, it's pretty good. But I think the only thing that still irritates me is the entire, she's dead in the vacuum of space, and then she opens her eyes and pulls herself back. You know what? Carrie Fisher is the strongest force. Nobody else in the Star Wars universe has survived in the vacuum of space through the Force.
Not true.
All right.
so
Who else did?
On camera?
I would like-
Oh, yeah, go ahead, Zach. Before I...
yeah, you can drop the history in a second from something that's probably in a book or something that I didn't read, because that's the only time I've heard of it. But I think it is probably a close tie between Anakin Skywalker and Yoda, but I think probably Anakin is more powerful, but isn't as disciplined and capable of exploring the Force in the same way. He doesn't have like the wisdom of Yoda, so I think that is his limiting factor. I think he's capable of doing more than Yoda. That's my opinion. You're welcome to hate it.
Ooh. I'm going to go back to Grimble's statement and say, yes, Luke Skywalker has survived in the vacuum of space in a book. Not for long.
No bullshit. That's a book. We're talking movies.
Believe he said anything.
No, that wasn't specified.
That was not specified.
Yeah, across the Star Wars universe.
Well, then I would have
Which-
said Starkiller from The Force Unleashed, or I would have said, I mean, he moved an entire fucking Star Destroyer by himself.
Yeah, I think so. I think Starkiller is a good option. And I think Luke Skywalker kind of gets, if you include the BS, well, not the BS. I think if you include the expanded universe that's not canon and the experiences he had there, I think it turns out in the long run to be Luke Skywalker.
You know what? Actually, I'll back up and say I'll call you a tie on that one as far as it goes for Luke and Leia, because they're twins. So technically, DNA wise, they're a match. So he should be able to do exactly what she's able to do.
They're twins,
You're right.
but he takes on training that she doesn't. She learns enough, at least in the expanded universe. She learns enough to protect her kids, and that was really about it.
Yeah, but we're talking about how strong, like,
Yeah.
I'm
Potential.
volume side. like,
Potential is
maybe
there.
she doesn't use it, but at the right time in the vacuum of space, she totally used it.
So the Force,
Da Force.
if you talk about like the Cal Kestis games, it appears that the Force is like a relationship, and it's a communication between you and the Force, and the collaboration. And if you separate from that, or haven't had as much time in that communication, that you are not as attuned and not as powerful and not as able to use the Force in the same way. According
You
to
mean like it's a muscle?
it kind of, I think probably there's like a
I think it's
maybe
like
a spiritual aspect that she
I think it's the spiritual aspect, or it's the Force can be used as a tool, like riding a bike. If you don't do it very often, you may not forget how to ride the bike, but you're definitely going to struggle the first couple of times you get back on the bike to figure out, all right, which leg does which? How do I do this again?
So what about midichlorian counts?
Fancy word. Thanks, George Lucas.
I think Yoda has the win on that one. Is that correct? Or no? Was it Anakin?
It was
I
Anakin.
can't actually remember now. It was Anakin, right? Even Master Yoda only has blah 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 midichlorian. This thing I made up.
But do we know, was it ever said anywhere in games or books or anything else like that, what midichlorian levels were for Luke or any of the other?
I'm sure there's probably a book out there, but I'd never read it because that's shit I didn't buy into. But by the time the prequels rolled around,
buy into it though, because it's lore. It's in the movie.
it is lore. It is in the movie. You're right.
I mean,
Quick, check Wikipedia.
Qui-Gon Jinn also was the first to become one with the Force and be a glowy guy in the in the background who didn't have to have physical form anymore. That's kind of a big deal. I don't know. Maybe it's not a big deal. It's a big deal to me. Plus, I was always worried about him not being able to use this very specific set of skills.
Yeah.
Skills you.
Spot
All right,
on, sir.
but I got the one to beat you all.
Okay.
So the question is, who is the strongest with the Force? All right.
I don't know.
Was it?
Can we replay that?
The Force or the most powerful Jedi? Sorry, now I
Okay.
feel
Most
like I made
powerful
it
Jedi, most strongest with the Force, whatever.
wrong. Jedi would imply
That would
a-
be with the Force. Yeah.
yeah.
That brings me to George Lucas, because he has the power to giveth and taketh away anybody with the Force.
That's trump card. That's hard to beat.
Yes.
The creator himself.
The creator himself, that is the strongest one with the Force. Plus,
Y'all
he made the
realize
shit
this
up.
is a cigar
So-
podcast, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And speaking of that, let's do first thoughts on our cigars, guys. So far, the Perdomo Lot 23 is not to my taste with the sun. It tastes like just a normal, average, everyday cigar. And that's a little disappointing, because usually the Lot 23 has a little kick for me. But the sun-grown version of it is a little bit milder than what I'm used to with them. So it's surprising. But that's only, I'm not even in the first third, all the way through the first third. So it
Yeah,
may
me either.
change on me. Yeah. So who knows? How about you, Andy?
So to give it, if I haven't smoked this cigar on this podcast, I didn't go look. I didn't bother. It's the right week. It's the right time of year. I'm smoking the cigar. A 15-year-old AVO 85th. I don't have hopes of just blowing my socks off. I've had it in humidor for 15 years. I've done my best to take care of 20 of them. And now that my oldest is 15, this is the 15th one I've smoked. I know I counted them because I had to move some around to get to them this afternoon. But right now it's good. It tastes like tobacco. It may be a mild medium at this point. I don't expect it to get a whole lot stronger. I've had them a long time. There's a curve, and I think we're past the peak here.
Past the prime of it.
But I ain't
How about you,
complaining.
Graham?
It's delicious.
There you go.
I really thought Andy was about to say, I checked because I counted my cigars. I thought he was going to see, so that's how I know my kid's 15, because I got the cigar count right.
It's easier to remember by checking the
Yeah.
cigars than counting the ring.
The flavor's okay so far. It's constructed well. The ash is super thick, which I kind of like, just because I feel like I could take this thing into like a long ash competition. I do have when I'm smoking it, it's fine. When I'm not smoking it, it tastes like I have dip, tobacco dip in my mouth. Like, it's a little weird. So that's where I'm at.
All right. Fair enough. How about you, Robert?
So far so good. It's a little hard to pull on, but I think it'll probably get better later. But yeah, I like it. Smoke's good.
How about you, Zach?
The Leprechaun Dust construction looks pretty good. The Candela is usually pretty fragile, so I was really ginger trying to take the cap off, but it looks like I did an adequate job. It's the cigar kind of smells like green tea to me, more green tea than grass. It being Candela, that's sometimes off-putting, but it's not unpleasant. It's kind of got a little bit of pepper to it, but the cigar itself is much lighter than the Verdigris, the other collab cigar between Mo and Tyler. Although I think from talking to them, this has a similar blend, not identical, but similar. So I'm looking forward to seeing how it develops a little bit.
Awesome. Fair enough. All right. So today I thought we would bring up a topic that kind of hits home for everybody right now, especially in the cigar industry. Like, the price of cigars have jumped quite a bit. So to help out our fellow cigars, I thought we should, try to help out. To be 100% honest, I'm a cheap smoker, right? I try to find deals. I try to get stuff on discount. I try to,
I thought you were just a hero.
No, but so to help everybody out, kind of give away some of our secrets on, where we can go get pretty good deals. Because I do buy some pretty pricey cigars sometimes, but that's more for a special occasion. And I am that guy who puts the cigars that I think have a decent price tag or I know are kind of special, and I keep those to being special. I don't just smoke those. I usually wait for a special occasion for those. So, to give y'all a couple of tips that I know where to go, and I'm not going to try. I'm trying not to tell anybody else's, but I'll tell where I go. Believe it or not, Costco sells cigars now. Now they are pretty much, bigger names. They have the Rocky Patels, they have the Gurkhas, they have the Cohibas, they have Perdomos, but they also carry stuff that we smoke, which are the Gran Habanos and the Olivas. You can get the Olivas a really good price at Costco. And the Gran Habanos for a 10-pack, really good price. So that's a good place. Another trick that I do is I like to go around to like the mom and pop vape shops. They usually say that they carry tobacco as well, because usually you can go in there and get a higher price cigar at a lower price.
Interesting.
I'm not sure how. Yeah, I'm not sure how they're able to pull that off, but you can get higher priced cigars usually at a lower cost at those mom and pop vape shops. Now, it is a crapshoot what you're going to find in there, because they're usually not affiliated with like a certain brand or anything, but you can usually find pretty decent deals. Like $15, $16 cigars for like $13, $14. So it's not a huge price difference, but it is cheaper. Anybody else got some secrets they want to give away?
Mine are all online retailers like Penny. I can also call Penny. Fox, Best Cigar, the Green Dot Special box at the Tobacco House on East Texas, or Uri Drive, or Mansfield. Which I don't know if that's cheap per se. Zach and I talked about that at length.
Yeah.
It makes it feel cheaper.
Yeah, it does. Well, to shed a little light on that, they've got like a membership that doesn't cost anything that gives you like a discount on cigars. And it seems to me like it's not much of an actual discount, that they've just raised the price just a little bit so that the discount is just encourages you to be a member, which has some perks. You can get points and money off cigars and stuff. But yeah, it doesn't seem as like a genuine large discount as it appears.
Right.
Well, but at least you're getting something. A lot of the cigar shops around here, they don't discount their cigars whatsoever.
That's true.
Well, and cigar events are probably the best option for mom and pop shops, or our B&Ms that we go to.
Yeah.
Find somebody who's having an event. You're gonna get a buy 3 get 1, or buy 5 get 1 or 2, or something like that. There's gonna be there's always an incentive, right? Might as well make it something, an excuse to go spend money. Zach.
I know what you're talking about. I agree. I think events at brick and mortars are often some of the better deals. I recently went to a Black Label event, and they also have a membership there, but it's like a visit, they have paid memberships for a part of their lounge, and then they have like a check-in option that you check in so many times and you get like a discount. I think it was like, I don't know, it was like $15 or something. It was significant enough that I was like, oh, cool. And I applied that to the thing I bought at the event, and also got a handful of free cigars, like, because it was buy X, get X. And it turned out to be a pretty good deal for me. It was still a good bit of money. Anytime you're buying a box of cigars, especially if it's limited edition like this one was, it costs money.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
I also was supporting a brick and mortar and getting Black Label cigars, which I'm a huge fan of. And I won a lighter. I won a lighter from their drawing.
Yay!
Yeah, that's one of the cool things about events. There's usually stuff there that's a little bit more than what you normally see in the shop, like, you know, ashtrays, lighters, carrying cases, swag, whatever. So it's kind of bonuses with your cigar, so that kind of offsets it a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. Well, and not depends on the shop whether or not their event is really busy. But like, I've had pretty good success, you know, with their drawings from events that I've been to, both when I was living in Louisiana and in Knoxville. I won a really cool ashtray from Aganorsa and one from Black Label Trading Company. Sorry, and
That's okay.
Andy was
I got
out
the
that
cool.
event.
But I got the cool Gloria. So I mean,
yeah, you got the cool Gloria one. Yeah, but yeah,
I'm surprised
I like events.
events are pretty cool, and when you can get out to them, yeah, you do end up usually having a pretty good deal. Buy two get one, you know, buy three get two, whatever. They have all kinds of sales going on. I'm surprised Grim hasn't brought up his favorite one.
What, cigar bid?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I like cigar bid. I get like daily smokers from it and everything else like that. But if I want a cigar that I'm really into or a box of something, it's other retailers. I think it's smallbatchcigars.com, and then Cigar International I'll go through from time to time. But yeah, just for things to smoke at a cost that I can afford, I do cigar bid.
Yeah, and that's a good one. I mean, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I
mean,
also,
if they alternate between like doing singles and packs of 5 and everything else like that, I usually go for like packs of 5s are in the $10-15 range or something like that, and see what I get.
I like Cigar Big because you can get a 5-pack at a reasonable price of something that you maybe haven't tried, and because they have a rolling selection of, I'm not 100% sure how their system works, but it appears to be like different shops around the country can like put cigars in Cigar Bid that aren't selling, and I'm not 100% if that's the way it works, but it seems to be something like that, or they're just buying stock from places. I'm not sure, but I've gotten a couple good deals from them.
Yeah, and that's the thing though. I mean, with Cigar Bid, you do have to be a little bit more open to what you want to smoke, because they're not always going to have the same thing that you like to smoke on there all the time. So I used to get a lot of the Ave Marias and stuff like that on there. Well, they haven't been coming up as much. So if you're looking for it, it may or may not be there, but if you're open to you just want a daily smoke, perfect. It is literally perfect. You can go in there and get a, cigar you haven't tried, like Zach was saying, or a cigar you have tried and you like, you can get it at a pretty decent price. But it's hit and miss on whether you get the same thing, when you're going on there.
I put in a bid this week, or I put in bids this week on 5 packs, and I've got 25 cigars coming for $55.
Yeah, that's I mean, if they're at all decent, that's a really good deal.
Buffalo Traces, because I really like those under PCA.
Yeah.
I've been smoking those pretty regularly. I got La Gloria, Cubano, Spanish Press, Robustos, and a couple different lines of Terrano cigars.
Jack would be proud.
You know what? I bid specifically because I'm like, I went that 31st mile by getting to cigar bid.
All right, yeah. You got any secrets there, Robert, you'd like to share?
Not really. I found a place with pretty good low prices anytime I need it. It's Ben's place.
Oh,
He just like shoves Ben out of the way and like
The Bank of Gibbs.
Let me see
shuffles
what
through
you
the
got.
humidor and
All
said,
right.
"I'm gonna
What you
have
got
this."
in there,
And
Ben? I'm gonna
Ben's
take
like,
a couple
"Okay."
of these. All you need is a
Put the
little
lock
neon
back
sign
on, man.
outside the house.
I was wondering why my stash keeps getting lower and lower every time Robert comes over. No,
But
but
no, I usually just, I mean, if there's a cigar, if I want a cigar and I don't have one, I just go get one. I really don't think about pricing.
no, and that's fair enough. You know, like I said, you're not as cheap as I am. I'm a cheap mofo, so I'm always looking for the deals. But you know, that's just the way it is for me. But another tip for everyone, if you like a variety of cigars and you know you're not brand specific or anything like that, look for monthly boxes.
Yeah.
You can get on several sites, and even Penny does one. But you know, you can do a monthly box. It's just, you know, a set price per month. You get so many sticks. Usually it's, you know, a mix of different things, but it opens you up to so many different things, exposes you to so many different things you've never seen before, probably.
Yeah,
and it's
sure.
a good experience. It's kind of a fun thing every month, at least for me, because I don't know what I'm getting, and I'll get like a couple of sticks in the mail, and I'm like, oh, cool, here's something to smoke. But it's usually at a pretty decent discount.
Well, and I think like if I did the math on it correctly for like Penny's monthly box, you're getting those cigars at a pretty deep discount.
Mm-hmm.
Like whatever your monthly fee is, you're definitely getting more value than that.
Oh, for sure.
And
Absolutely.
not just because it's Penny and it's, you know, there's probably like a sticker or something in there that's cool.
There's always stickers in there that are cool.
Yeah.
And Penny's box is usually, I mean, what, $50 a month. The cigar content alone was usually up closer to $75 to $100 easily, and that's just with 5 cigars. And then she throws in stickers and you know, stuff that you know, shows she loves you.
Yeah.
Or at least
And
appreciates
usually
you.
handwritten note.
Oh, and my favorite, the handwritten note.
Yep, handwritten note. Penny sends you. But other people do that too. I mean, I think, I want to say Fox had one at one time. I can't remember if they still do it.
I don't know about a monthly, but
I don't know about a monthly, but they have a
occasionally
really good
have
variety.
really good deal. Yeah.
Yeah, Fox has a really good variety. They always have really good, but I could have swore they had a box at one time. But there's several sites I've seen that do have, you know, a monthly box you can get. It's just a random set of cigars, but the value on them are, like Zach is saying, is usually way more than what your monthly fee is. But you do have to kind of set your expectations that it's not going to be what you're used to every time. You know, it's going to be some stuff that you may have never heard of, or it's going to be something that, hey, I've been wanting to try this. Let me try that. You know, this is my opportunity. So there you go.
And one of the local shops for me has a discount area, kind of like what Andy was talking about for Tobacco House in Louisiana, where they have like some bundles that they've built, like a sample pack that they've built that's got like a pretty good discount on it from what I saw. And usually it was like 5 cigars for maybe $30. And then they'll have like a table that's things that have been in the humidor for a while that they're willing to let at a discount. And there've been I've gotten some really good deals there. And they also have like a free membership thing where you build points and occasionally get a discount, which is cool.
Okay, that's the other place we go.
Yeah, Smoke Pit.
Smoke Pit.
Yes. Yeah, they've got a really nice humidor.
They do.
And pretty good selection. Carry a lot of brands that I don't see other places in this area, which is nice. Like they're my go-to for crowned head cigars.
Oh yeah.
I don't see those as many other places.
So now that we've kind of gotten into the subject of, or at least I brought up, you know, the vape shops that also have tobacco, liquor stores seem to be picking up on the same thing. A lot of liquor stores, especially around here, are picking up cigars as well. How do we think that's going to shape the cigar industry? especially because, I mean, we spoke about it on a previous episode where lounges are kind of coming back. People are coming back to the congregation of lounges, and they are making a comeback if they have a comfy place to sit for people to hang out. That people are getting back into the lounges. But how do you think the, liquor stores picking up cigars and the mom and pop shops with vape picking up cigars is going to change the landscape? I mean, it's happening a lot more, especially around here.
I think it triggers impulse buying in a way that's not as easy for a cigar shop, because the people in the cigar shop are sometimes new, but often are regulars or people that know that they want a cigar, so they're going to the cigar shop. I think the liquor store and vape shop, you're going there for something else, and then you're like, oh, I could pick up a cigar, and that might kind of trigger your interest in cigars. There's a liquor store nearby that I like their liquor store, and they have a small, well, not small, it's like a cabinet humidor.
Yeah.
And they've got a rolling selection that is I would say fairly priced. It's some of their stuff's a little expensive.
Some of it's liquor store priced.
But when I go and buy a bottle of liquor, you get 10% off your cigar if you buy a normal sized bottle of liquor. So that encourages me to buy a cigar from them at a little bit of a discount. It's not huge. Usually it's a couple bucks off your cigar, but still it's like
a discount.
It's a discount. It's an incentive discount.
Yeah. And with the discount, it's closer to the normal price of those cigars.
I haven't been able to get to the cigar shop lately, and the liquor store that when we moved here, and I hadn't finished unpacking, and I don't remember what my cigar stash looked like at the time, but I don't think that I'd unpacked my humidor yet. The closest place to get a cigar, and the only place I knew to get a cigar, was a liquor store that's literally less than a mile that direction. And I still go in there and I still buy, they have bullies for like $11 or $12. They have the nub Banyo. Hang on, I got it sitting here. The Cameroon. And,
Cameroon.
They've got the nub Cameroon. They've got the La Gloria Maduro. I mean, they're like $7 a piece. And that's okay. It's a little more now, I know that I'm in a liquor store. I know I'm picking up, daiquiris, because in Louisiana you can do that. All they're going to do is put tape across, because this tape's going to stop you.
Yeah,
it is every time.
Every
security.
Yeah. And I grab a couple of cigars at the liquor store. I don't think smoking and drinking have been siblings for the longest time. They've been a pair of things you do together, time ad nauseum, right? And so I don't know that that's going to change the landscape. Vape shops, I don't know that I've been in a vape shop that has tobacco, because that's not for me. And I don't know what the prices look like. Gibbs knows apparently more about that than I do. I don't know how that changes. I don't know if you're going to talk a guy that's into vaping bubble gum into smoking a Cuba
romance cigar.
Yeah, or a Cuba for that matter. But
I'm just joking.
It's an opportunity. I mean, if you're there and you can have the conversation, sure. But it all depends on why you're there.
Might smoke the Tatiana Blue.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Well,
I think
before-
that it's wise for them to at least have a large percentage of those be flavored if they're in a vape shop. But
Well, before I get back to that, let's check in on these cigars real quick, because I do have something to speak to that. Grandma's done with his.
Was it a fuck it and I chucked it, or what?
No, it burned sideways, and I kept trying to correct it, but it just it burned it down faster and faster. So,
All right, I'm about to say, because I'm about halfway on mine. That's why I wanted to do a check-in.
Well, that's your hint to go get another one, dude.
Yeah, that's your hint to go get another one.
I'm about to.
Well, the Perdomo, it's gotten a little better. So it started off just, just kind of bland. It's starting to have a little bit of flavor to it. Still not my favorite Perdomo. Or still not my favorite Lot 23 of Perdomo. And but it's burning evenly. It doesn't have it's not bad tasting. But it's just kind of, for me, it's kind of average. Just a stick.
Yeah, not everything's a banger.
Yeah, not everything's a banger. How about you, Andy?
Like I said earlier, I didn't have huge expectations here. We're not, blowing your socks off. If you'd asked me about this cigar 15 years ago, I'd have said, yeah, this is a banger. 15 years later, it's middle of the road. It's kind of one-dimensional at this point. It's got a little bit of flavor to it. It's not having any wonky burns. It's not, it's behaving as a well taken care of high-end cigars should. And that's kind of where I'm at with it.
Fair enough. Graham, now that you're completely done with yours.
I'm glad I did it the second time because at least I know it got a little bit better. The saliva taste of like dip or whatever, it sticks with you, but you kind of get used to it, and it's not terrible. But it burns completely sideways. Like I touched it up 3 or 4 times, and it wouldn't stay consistently lit.
Sounds like it needs to be in the humidor a little bit longer. That's what it sounds
Been
like.
there for months. Anyway, the wrapper and all that stayed together. The construction of it was fine. Probably 3.5. The only thing I can take away from that is like the smoke flavor. Like when you're inhaling and holding the smoke and everything else like that, it's a great flavor.
All right. Well, at least it has some redeeming quality. How about you,
All right,
Rob?
I'm gonna go pick more tobacco. I'll be right back.
That's fine.
The Mi Querida is good. It's burning even all the way down so far. The taste is good. In and out. Smells nice. So far, so good. It hasn't sped up any, but that's okay. Cigars are meant to be smoked taking your time. So I get that.
Fair enough. Yeah,
This is the way.
that is the way.
This is the way.
How about you, Zach?
The Leprechaun Dust is interesting. It's pretty light, but I'm getting a good amount of like black pepper out of it, which is like the predominant flavor that stands out. I'm also getting like on the retro and like kind of subtly on the palate a little bit of like cocoa powder, kind of bitter chocolate without sugar, and that's a thing that the Verdigris or Verdigras, I can't remember how to pronounce it. That was like a really predominant thing. It was very chocolatey to me, and I love that cigar. I don't think I like this one quite as much. As far as Candelas go, I haven't had 50 Candelas. I don't think I've had more than 10, maybe around 10. They're not always my thing, but they're always interesting to me because they have kind of a different accent to it. And I think one of the things that's different about this that I have not gotten on a normal cigar is it's got a tea element to it, like kind of like green tea on the smell, but taste is a little bit more like black tea, which is kind of interesting to get out of a cigar. So I'm enjoying it.
I like
And
both of those.
yeah, I think it's a good cigar. I mean, they did a good job.
I expected it to have glitter or pop rocks.
Or pop rocks. I'm not getting either of those. Also, maybe a little bit of hay, like kind of a dusty hay kind of. It's not unpleasant.
When smoking a Candela, I'm usually expecting like either grassy or hay.
Grassy hay, yeah.
A little bit of it, not completely.
A little bit, and I think you could probably describe it that way. But for me, it leans more towards tea and hay than grass. Just what I'm getting out of it right now. I will say it is a Candela. and Candela wrappers are really fragile. So it's expanded a little bit. I've been smoking it, and it's cracked. It's still holding together, so it's not a problem. But that's not an unexpected thing for me. I don't think it's something that you would necessarily count it off for. But I'm curious. I just got these. Like they came in the mail yesterday, and the place I ordered them from, it is already sold out of them. So I'm not gonna. It was Mardo Cigars, and they tend to have a pretty good selection of like super small batch and micro batch kind of things like this. I got my other Patina Visos from them, and I think the Viso Hornies I got from them too. But yeah, super limited production, but it's pretty good.
That's awesome.
Just got a new flavor, if I can talk about that.
Yeah, go ahead.
A little bit of mint.
Is it like mint tea?
Mint tea would probably be a good describer. It's light. It's got a little bit of the tingle from like mint, but it's like a little bit refreshing. I don't know. Just that puff had it, and the one after it. So maybe that's something that's developing in the last third.
I mean, both Mo and Tyler like their flavor profiles.
Yeah. And when we had them on previously, I can't remember if it was during the show that they were talking about this cigar, or it was after when we were like just hanging out with them for a minute. But they said that it was really hard to blend with Candela. It was, that ingredient itself has like some pretty strong drawbacks to it as far as like flavors that you have to work with and around. It kind of described like you have to work around parts of it to me. But I think they did a good job of putting it together. It's pretty good. I'm not sure this is my favorite Candela, but it's like I think I like the Maverick from you got a little Espinosa there.
La Bamba.
From Silent Hero. That's the one I was trying to think of. Yeah. I think that's probably my favorite Candela I've had.
When I had the Roma Craft, that literally was what I was comparing it to.
Yeah.
That Maverick. Because the Maverick is, to me, still the best Candela on the market. I'm not even going to hide the truth on that one. It hit home for me. It's delicious. I would grab it anytime I saw it. Unfortunately, I'm in Georgia, so I don't get to see it. But, if I wasn't lazy, I could go online and get it.
Yeah. I tried to order some Mavericks, and I couldn't find them in stock. So I think that's maybe like one of those things you have to wait for them to make more to be able to grab them.
It's quite possible. I mean, but at least it's part of his line. So it should be coming back fairly often.
I hope so. That's a great cigar.
All right. So going back to the subject we were on, one of the things that I have noticed about the vape shops, because like I said, I'm going into them for a reason. I'm not a vapor, but I have found that you get cigars usually a little bit less what you get them in the cigar shops for, and which is kind of the opposite of what with the liquor store. Liquor stores, they usually are a little bit more expensive. But I have noticed in the liquor stores and the vape shops, they're not afraid to carry boutique like some of the cigar shops are. Yes. I've been picking up. Well, Robert can even attest to it. Like his liquor store that's near him carries the knuckle sandwich like regularly. I can't get those here. Even in the shops that it's hard to get but I can get Espinosa.
Yeah,
like regular Espinosa line. I can't get the knuckle sandwich, but I can get Espinosa, which is hard to get in the regular cigar shops. But in the liquor store near me, plenty of Espinosas. But I've also, like I said, in the vape shops, they're carrying more boutique. Like I see Black Label in there. Nice. I see, Espinosa. I see. I mean, I haven't seen any like Patina or anything like that yet. when I do, I will be freaking amazed.
I was like, you
But they're
saying
not
that's
afraid-
gonna make me stop by more vape stores just to see what they got.
I mean, you should because some of the I got to try Christoph because I hadn't seen Christoph in the regular cigar shops, but it's in the vape store. And there's several other lines I'm forgetting right now, but I have noticed that they're not afraid to carry a little bit more boutique. So you should explore. I know I hate telling people go to a vape shop to look for cigars, but if you're looking for more boutique, that's where I've been finding. That's kind of the point of this episode. We want to tell people where they can go get good deals on stuff and find a little bit something more unique at a decent price.
Just to add to that, I was having a cigar last night with a couple friends who are, I would say, occasional cigar smokers, and we were talking about, places that I get cigars and places they get cigars, and there's a new vape shop nearby that they were told had a pretty good cigar selection, and I'm gonna go check it out. There's a couple of vape shops in the area that advertise that they have cigars, and I'm definitely gonna check them out now. I think that it's worth doing.
And believe it or not, the vape shop I went to get this Lot 23, where I found this Lot 23, didn't have any flavored cigars in there except for, I don't call them flavored, but the Deadwood series. That's the only
With
quote
pipe
unquote
tobacco
flavored
on 'em.
cigar that was in that vape shop. So I was surprised at that too. It's like I was expecting to see all the Tatianas and all the, acids. Nope, nowhere to be found. It was mostly Perdomo, a couple of Drew Estates, like I said, the Deadwood series. There was a Carl, was it Carl Malone, who has his own line? Yeah, that was in there. Stuff like I said, I don't see in regular shops. It's weird.
Interesting.
Like I do see Perdomo, but I don't see the Perdomo Lot 23 Sungrown. So it's worth, especially if you're looking for something more boutique, not along the same lines as what cigar shops usually carry. It's worth checking out.
Yeah, and there's at least in my area, there are a lot more vape shops than there are cigar shops.
That's for sure.
So that's interesting to think about.
Get out there and hunt. To me, it's part of the fun.
I also have more cows than I do because I can hear them. I know y'all can't, but I can hear the cows in the background. I'm like, I also have more cows than I have cigar shops. So there's that.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, I promote the brick and mortar as much as possible. I want you to get back into lounges and smoke. But, if the lounges don't want to get the boutique because they're too afraid to or don't know if it's going to sell, try out the vape shops. They seem to be a little bit more adventurous with it. And even the liquor stores, they're a little bit more adventurous too.
Yeah. I will say, like, out of the shops that I like to go to, the closest one is about 15 minutes, but not a lot of people tend to hang out there. Like when I'm like out on the motorcycle or something, it's not that far away. I'll go pick up a cigar or something. At one of the shops, like in Oak Ridge at Secret City or at the Smoke Pit, or if I'm in Knoxville, I might go to Smokies or something. But the Smoke Pit seems to be like an older clientele. Maybe, I don't know if it's just like the owners or what they got going on. It's very quiet there. It's a good place to go with somebody to have hang out and have a conversation. But it's not. I've had good conversations and met nice people there, but there's times I've been there and there've been nobody but me in the lounge, and that's not usually the case in Knoxville. It's just less people are hanging out at that shop. They also don't do events very often, so that might have something to do with it.
Maybe. Well, I will say this: like, if you do go into a vape shop and you're looking at cigars, they're not quite as knowledgeable
I wouldn't
about
imagine
cigars.
so.
Yeah. At least the ones I've visited, they're not quite as knowledgeable about cigars. So
Yeah.
if you're looking for that knowledge, definitely go to your cigar shop.
Yeah, for
Um,
sure. That's
but
the
if
other
you-
thing about the smoke pit. I've been there a few times, and most of the staff doesn't know about cigars. There's like one guy who is super knowledgeable, and is probably their guy for selecting cigars. But the other shops are in town have knowledgeable people.
So
I blame the night crews.
give me
Zach.
that.
The night crew.
Yeah. The times I've been in the evenings, yeah, it tends to be the crew like cigars. They're back there.
Yeah. I mean, the people are nice. They help me.
they're helpful and they're
but-
sweet, kind.
But if I say I was thinking about these two cigars, do you know anything about them? I'm better off just googling that.
Mhm.
What does Half Wheel have to say about this, or Cigar Coop or something?
Now, here's a question for you guys. You mentioned it earlier, Andy. What is the prime? Say you buy a box of cigars. What's the prime time to smoke it before it starts, the flavor and everything starts dropping off?
Oh man, that requires science. It depends. I mean, I don't advocate collecting cigars for the most part. Your last day may be tomorrow, and if but I was going to smoke that in another 10 years. Well, you're dead now. What's the point? My understanding, a lot of that has to do with how you take care of your cigars. It also has to do with the blend. You kind of want to keep them a little bit, I don't know. It depends on what you read. A couple of years, maybe 5 to 10 tops. But I mean, hell, there's a humidor full of JFK's Cubans at the freaking White House that's, probably not exploded. But I mean, hell, in my humidor, there's a 47-year-old cigar that my father-in-law got when Kristen was born that he gave to me when we got married. Knowing I'd have appreciation for it. Hell, I'll never take it out of the cellophane. If I take it out of the cellophane, damn thing's just going to turn to dust.
Yeah.
Maybe on our 50th birthday, I'll think about it, but I doubt it. Seriously, it's in cellophane. It's never left cellophane. For the most part, I don't think that it was properly taken care of, and I don't know that it living in my humidor has helped it. Not that I don't take good care of my humidor, but because it was already, dried out and whatnot before I got it for as long as it was, that it's going to make a lot of difference. If I had two of them, I'd probably smoke one on the show. But
I have something to add to that. After
yeah,
you're
go
done.
ahead, Zach.
So I had recently heard someone talking about this, and I wish I could remember the source, but it was talking about aging cigars, and if the cigar is Maduro or Habanero or basically anything other than Connecticut, a light colored wrapper, aging those will change the cigar and can potentially enrich some of the flavors. And I've experienced that. It doesn't always take years. Sometimes a couple of weeks or a month might be enough to really like mature the cigar the rest of the way. But often when you get a cigar, it's already had enough time. Whoever's blended it was paying attention to it at different times, and they would smoke it at different times after it's and see how it changes. And then when they release that cigar again, maybe they add a little more aging to that process. But I have had and this was a box of Intemperance ECs from Romacraft which is a cigar I love. I bought it at a discount, and I think that probably had been around for a while, and it was a little muted. Like it maybe had gone past the prime a little bit, and some of the flavors that I pick out of that cigar or have picked out of the cigar in the past were there, but they just weren't as rich. This cigar, since it is very new, I'm really interested to see if, what it tastes like in a couple weeks after it's been sitting in the humidor, and see if it tastes like it does now in the last third versus, how it did in the first 2/3. Because it's in the last third, this is getting really good. It's everything's intensified because it tends to happen towards the end of the cigar. But it's things are more notable in it. I don't know if that helps, but
Yeah, I agree with that.
I'd say try it. I mean, that's kind of a fun thing to do. When I first got the Viso Horny triple nickel, aka 5x5x5, the first one I had was good, but I got like a 5-pack and it sat in my humidor for a month, and then the second one I have was like, whoa, this is a really good cigar. Or it went from being like, I would have probably rated it a 4 to like a 5. It enhanced it, just getting a little more time.
Yeah, and I'm gonna follow that up, but a lot of that depends on how you get your cigars. Part of what we're talking about in this episode is where to buy, cigars at a decent price. Keep in mind when you get those cigars, check them out, see if they're dry and need to be, some rehabilitation to them anyways. And that's going to be, if you grab, oh, hey, I just got this in the mail and grab one and smoking, and it's not the way you expect. It may be that, it needs a little rehab because it's been sitting on a shelf, or, it's been in transit in the middle of summer or the middle of winter when it's either dry or super humid. And contemplate that when you're, thinking about aging them. But yeah, I generally let my stuff sit for a couple of weeks before I really get into it, unless it's a bundle of factory smokes or Cuban rejects, and I'm just going to tear into it anyways.
Yeah, those probably don't change a whole lot.
Yeah. Well, and my advice would be the same. It's always, honestly, you should always let your cigar set, because you don't know where it's come from. You don't, how it's been taken care of. Throw it in your humidor for a couple of weeks, a couple of months if you want, and let it, get back to the right humidity and the right temperature and everything like that for a while. But as far as like, if you're going to age it, I would say Andy's probably right. Between 5 and 10 years is probably the max that you want to go on pretty much any cigar. Even your, ones you pay $20, $30, $40 for, same thing. You don't really want it to age past that, because it's going to be past its prime. But you really need to pay attention to what it was made out of. I'm pretty sure you can look it up online. What's a better, tasting out of cigar for what, wrapper or filler or whatever is in it. I don't have those stats in front of me right now, so I couldn't tell you. But I think between 5 and 10 years is probably dead on.
Yeah,
the max you want to go.
When we had Stogie Mag on a while back, I remember Alex from Stogie Mag saying that he went to, I want to say it was,
it's like Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah, Romeo and Juliet. They got to taste like a cigar that was new and a cigar that was aged like 10 years or something like that. And he, like, same blend, different, obviously it was grown at different times, but that aging was so notable that that's something that he does, is he, holds back cigars for, I think he said a year is his goal.
6
like
months.
6 months. Okay. He has a period of time where he puts things back because he knows that they're more likely to go towards the direction that he wants, which is, totally logical. And if you have enough storage in your humidor or humidors to do that, it's probably worth doing.
So I think we're all about nubbing it, except for me. I had a Churchill, so
That's not a nub.
No. I said except for me.
Zach's nubbing. You and I are
Zach's
still.
nubbing
You and I
it.
got.
I think Robert's done, but we can go ahead and rate these if you want.
Sure.
All right. So, lot 23, sun grown. once it hit the middle, that's about as strong as it got. It's a medium smoke. It's burned well throughout the whole thing. No problems there. No construction issues. The taste of it never really changed. It got a little bit better from when the first light up, but again, not to my taste as far as Lot 23s go. I would definitely rather have a different version of it than the sun grown. But I was happy to find it because I'd never had it. So for this one, I'm probably gonna rate it a 3. It's very middle of the road.
You say that
Well,
like
let's
it's a bad thing. Like that's like still a good cigar.
Yeah. Yeah,
You know?
no, it's still a good cigar, and
Yeah.
it's definitely palatable. You can smoke it. It's not bad. It's just, again, not my favorite Lot 23. There's other ones out there that are way better. But 3 is about as high as I'd go on this one. But I mean, I wouldn't recommend it for a new smoker because it's very tobacco-y in the taste. But that's all the note is. It's just you're smoking tobacco. There's no like pepperiness to it. There's no other flavor to it. It just tastes like tobacco.
You do know what you're smoking.
You do know what you're smoking when you get into it.
So no cardamom taste.
No cardamom taste. No, no grassy taste. No hay taste. No anything else. Just straight up leaves. So how about you, Andy?
My rating's skewed. But a lot of that has to do with the fact that, this is a special cigar for me. I did the math. $15 a stick.
It's about how much you paid. I remember.
Yeah. Shh, don't tell my wife. I'm kidding. She knows. She might know. She may have forgotten by now. So yeah, definitely don't remind her.
Oh, she knows. She knew then. I remember.
You did what? I got a shirt out of it. Come on.
I do believe what the fuck was in the sentence that she said.
Yeah. The AVO 85th anniversary is a delicious cigar, even after 15 years of sitting in multiple humidors at this point. It's I don't know. 15 years ago it was a banger, and I probably would have given it a 4 3/4. 15 years later, going back to something Zach said, the flavors they're muted. They're not what they were. And it's lost a good chunk of its potency. But that being said, I'd still give it a 4. It still smokes. It may not smoke like a $15 cigar with all of those flavors still involved. But it smokes even. It burns well. I'm not getting, even here at the close to the end, it's not hot. I haven't had to adjust it once. So yeah, I'm still going to give it a 4.
And that's fair.
Nice.
Graham, how's that La Bamba compared to that MX2 you were smoking?
What was that?
Well, how's that La Bamba compared to that MX2 you were smoking?
I'm trying to find a better word than superior.
Supercalifragilistic expialidocious.
Expialidocious. What was that?
It beats it on a grandiose level, and it's delicious. I've only had to retouch it once. The flavor's great. Smoke output's awesome. This is like a 4.5, 4.75 for me. I'm going to say 4.5. It's fully good.
Yeah. Well, I say that because I'm struggling because our tastes have leaned more toward boutique, and I can see this is a little bit more proof of that because AVO CAO.
Okay, so though, as I said, the last one, saving grace, was its flavor. I really enjoyed the flavor on that one, but it had so many other things going against it that it had to have a lower score. This one has none of those things, and the flavor is, it's better. It's a little spicier. It's got a little more kick to it, I don't have any problem with the CAO's flavor.
Oh no. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying more our palates are kind of different, and it's hard to explain, but I get what you're saying. How about you, Robert? How's that Mi Querida treating you?
Really well. now it's starting to burn a little uneven, but other than that, I mean, just turn it. Again, it did not pull as easy as some of the other cigars I've had, but again, it's a cigar. It's been close to an hour. Should be a lot longer than this, so I get that. But yeah, I would recommend it. It's 4.5.
Nice.
Zach's
Not
about
Mi
to burn his
Querida,
fingers.
Mi Querida.
Mi Querida.
Mi Querida.
I am about my fingers are warm. This thing is
So how about you, warm finger Zach?
good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm gonna my fingers are comfortably warm. So if I had to rate it at the first 2/3 of the cigar, I probably would have given it like a 3.5 because it was very mild. But the last third is dynamite. And like I'm gonna say 4.5. Like I really like the last third of the cigar. It's just intensified in a lovely way, and yeah, I'm excited that I have a few more of these that I'll be able to let sit for a little bit and normalize after shipping, and then try again. So 4.5. It's good. It's real good.
Very nice. Well, all right. On that note, again, I know this is we said this on the an episode or two back. If you enjoy our show, please consider liking, subscribing. Also, if you like our show and would like to contribute keeping the lights on, we do have buy me a cigar on our website. You can buy us a cigar if you'd like to. If you don't worry about it. Just keep watching our stuff. And on that note, good night.
Good night.